Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with your Casper crypto live stream. I sincerely do apologize for being so very late today. It's been a very hectic day. Some of my family members are also preparing to leave, got a little bit of a holiday. So I offered to help out, and therefore I've been helping them pack and whatnot, hence why I've not been as present today in the Discord server as well. Be that as it may, I've been still paying attention to the market chart, seeing what's happening right now, and boy oh boy are we seeing a lot of movement. Ethereum right now is blowing up 8.23% on the daily time frame, which is fantastic. We're seeing a mini altcoin rally right now. I don't think we're going to get a full-blown altcoin season, at least not in the immediate short term. Bitcoin dominance is coming down quite heavily, down to 62% right now, and we could see it come down a little bit further because Ethereum's rallying so much, but I still think we've got a bit more momentum for Bitcoin to come still. Some investors suggest and believe that Bitcoin could reach 150k by the end of the year, which wouldn't be out of the realm possibility right now, truth be told. We'll get into this post in a moment though. We've got a lot more to cover in today's stream, and with Ethereum pumping right now, many other alts are looking very strong. Of course, Casper is seemingly showing a lot of strength. We have seen Casper rally up to this sort of price target already earlier. So it happened last week or 5 days ago and then we saw it find resistance, struggle to break above, and then pull back down. The reason why Casper pumping right now is partly because it's time, I believe, but also because of the recent confirmation that all three major regulatory frameworks have passed through the next stage, and therefore will be debated on and voted on tomorrow, and I believe Friday as well, which is very big news. If Casper can end today above where it's currently at right now, if you can see, there are 3 occasions as of recently where Casper's been rejected around this 9.2 cent level. If we can hold above 9.2 cents right now, the very strong chance that Casper will start making that push, that rally upwards, and therefore start, hopefully, as I made a video on earlier today talking about it, respecting its market pattern, forming that lower low or higher low even. Therefore, it should form a higher high, and Casper therefore should go above 13 cents over the coming weeks. We'll get into all of that and much more in this stream though. We've got some interesting updates. A lot of the updates for Casper today is showcasing posts about the regulatory frameworks and also how Casper compares to Bitcoin, and a lot of Bitcoin maximalists are shifting now to look at Casper not to prove a point, but because they do see Casper as interesting. You'll see this happening more and more throughout the cycle, and what this means to me is when that dominance falls off properly for Bitcoin, right now again 60%, so it's not doing badly, it's still very high though. Once it falls off properly below 50% down here and alts start rallying, the Bitcoin money, the capital, will flow into alts, and that will predominantly be flowing into Casper. So a lot of exciting stuff coming through. So if you enjoy the daily content, despite the fluctuating times, I do apologize for that once more. If you enjoy, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Welcome to the stream once more, my family. Let's get into the questions real quickly before we get into the comments. Cryptogosu, first, my man, welcome back to the stream, to the channel. Has been very well today. And yes, definitely for sure, smash that like button, peeps, if you enjoy the content. Helps me out more than you know to spread the love. Jay, the fate reveal at $1 is getting closer. If I was you, I would start looking for a camera. Funny you mentioned that. I have a camera. I'm literally just being stubborn right now. I'm being petty. I have a camera. I actually bought it in the anticipation I would do face cam, but I haven't done it yet. And now I thought, you know what? I'll make everybody sweat for it a little bit. Just, thought I'd keep my beautiful face hidden for a little bit longer, But yeah, maybe one day, maybe soon. $1 Casper. I mean, I did say it, didn't I? Well, they're getting very dangerously close now. Well, still quite a ways off that, but who knows? Again, we see how quickly these assets can just rally in value over a short span of time. Could Casper do a quick 9, 10, 11x from here in the next 6 months? Who knows? Honestly, who knows? It's not out of the realm of possibility, so I have to wait and see. Welcome back, Weng Hong, bro. We moon yet? Not yet. Hopefully soon, though. Welcome back, Nathan, my man, who's doing very well, and you too, Falco. And Mr. Miles, my brother, welcome back. Hope you're doing very well right now. Great to have you back once again. When, Kryptoni? Well, hopefully soon. I mean, technically speaking, I'm hoping we're seeing a breakout of sorts right now. Again, if we can hold and finish above the current level we're at right now, which is a big ask, currently up 5.8%, which is very nice. If we can hold above 5.8 cents, hold above 9.2, 9.3 cents at the end of the day, then I think that'll be confirmation of a a next leg up, a next move for Casper, and in that regard, I'm optimistic. We'll see Casper face resistance still, around 10 cents, 11 cents, and so on and so forth. But you should therefore start seeing the Casper make that move upwards towards 13 cents and above, especially considering that, as I made the video on yesterday or earlier today, we should be seeing smart contracts coming up for Casper next week, and testing for IGO coming up soon enough as well. So we could be seeing a lot more developments, momentum, FOMO, volume for Casper coming through very, very soon. According to CMC right now, 104 million 24-hour trading volume, which is very, very nice, just short of a 2.5 billion market cap. Gate got almost 30%, the Mexi at 13, BitGet at 11.4. But you're seeing the volume of stuff coming back for Casper, which is very, very reassuring, very, very nice to see. And yes, almost close to that 50,000% up from its initial launch almost 4 years ago now, which is, great stuff all around for Casper. The volume, and right now up 6%, but still rallying right now, which is good to see. So maybe that breakout is happening as we are streaming right now, which should be very, very nice to see. Welcome back, Stack, bro. You're doing very, very well. Not first, but you're still here, my man. Welcome back, Michael. Hope you're doing very well, brother. Yes, he is back. We do miss him. Getting back in the cage, honestly. Yeah, the loose Mr. Marcy is back. We miss you, brother. Great to have you back again, my man. We are finally seeing the crypto market come back, and it feels good. Yes, it does feel very, very good. Very good indeed. I know Mr. Ross had a lot on his mind right now. He has reached out to me about it, which I'm not going to explain on the stream. Again, that's the stuff that keep private, but I'm sure Mr. Mars will be good. He is ready to get back to bullying me very, very soon, I'm sure. Very, very sure. Patience is a virtue of a wise investor. Couldn't say it better myself. Milo, couldn't say it better myself. Patience is a virtue. It's hard to have patience, especially in such a emotional time frame with crypto and just the markets being very, very volatile, very fuddy. Despite they're all doing very well right now. Well, alts are still struggling, but for the most part, all the markets are nearing and surpassing all-time highs, doing very, very well. It's been a long haul. We did see, actually, as we are all aware of, a mini black swan back down here with Trump's Liberation Day. That did cause a mini black swan event, with stock market coming down over 10%, crypto market coming down over 10%. So it was a big, big worry. But of course, we've come back off that now, and things are looking good. And Casper is continuing that momentum, up 7.2% right now, which is great stuff. So hopefully the breakout is here. It's fantastic stuff. Toshi, which I'm in, has been so lovely for me today. Loving it. Let's look at Toshi real quick right then. Unless that's actually, that might be another meme. I thought Toshi would have been a KRC20. Oh no, it is here. Toshi up 27%. Wow, look at Toshi go right now. Those who are holding the meme, I shout out to you again. I haven't got a problem with memes. I think they're high risk, high reward. So of course, do your own research, trade your own discretion. But if you're able to capitalize off that, do fantastic stuff. People who are holding Turbo right now are laughing as well. It's up 50% the other day as well. So big up to Toshi for that. Looking very, very good right now. So shout out to you, brother. Very well indeed. Jay, that is something that, maybe not that. Maybe not that. Welcome back, TP, bro. You're doing very, very well. When Toyota? Well, Toyota hopefully in the next few weeks, and then Lambo and private helicopter and private island in the next few years. When falafels? Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully soon enough as well. Yeah, it's great to have Mr. Mars back, definitely. Casper is bubbling. Oh, yeah, it's looking very good right now. I'm loving this movement right now. Catching up to Ethereum right now as well, which is looking great. If Ethereum keeps pumping, then, it's looking very, very good right now. I think this increase of Casper is heavily influenced by all the Bitcoin maxis that are starting to give Casper a serious look. It's like a chain reaction that just started. I couldn't agree more. And again, all the points I'm going to get into today highlights that as well. The critical thinking we're now seeing, in regards to what's coming to Casper, is from Elliot here, not a Bitcoin maximalist, but someone who has been a part of Casper's team for quite some time, or the self-proclaimed team. Uphold made a post here talking about it. We'll get to that in a moment as well. A prior Bitcoin maxi, only Bitcoin maxi, now a Casper allocator as well. Talks about it. All this stuff here, very insightful. We've even got a video here I'm going to play from a Bitcoin maxi with critical thinking skills, who actually also highlights, therefore, what Casper could do effectively. So all this stuff is, once more, despite the hectic talk that happened, the public experience that happened a few days ago, that 4-hour talk that was just a kind of a pissing contest, it did seem actually to turn some heads for Bitcoin maxis to actually start looking at Casper seriously. And that's also been driven by V as well. So despite I didn't know who V was prior to this, he's seemingly done a lot for the Casper community to get more Bitcoin maxis to actually look at Casper seriously. So it's been fantastic. And that is the sort of momentum we need, because Bitcoin maxis, they're not all, wealthy 1% individuals, but having the Bitcoin maxi is the strongest community out there. Bitcoin max players are the strongest community. They're the OG community, effectively. You can get them into Casper. The second best is always been clear to us, but then it becomes even more clear to everybody else as well. If Bitcoiners actually say, we do actually like another project, it's called Casper. That's a big deal for retail, especially. Definitely. Before I get to more of the questions right now, let's get into some of the contents first and foremost. So, as we can see right now, Casper's doing very, very well, up 7.35% on the daily time frame. And the dominance is falling off Bitcoin a little bit because Ethereum's also doing fantastically well. I suspect we're going to see some resistance for Ethereum, probably around these zones. I'm only going to give a very brief rundown. I'm sure the experienced trader in the VIP group, C Crypto, will give a very detailed breakdown as well of the zones. There seems to be a zone of sorts around here, so we'll probably see Ethereum struggle to break above that today. If it goes past that, fantastic stuff. But what's coming out right now is very, very bullish right now. So, for those who may not be aware, we did see yesterday the passing of the votes 8-4 for all three of the bills. The Genius Act, which is the stablecoin bill, the Clarity Act, which is the market structure bill, and the anti-CBDC Act. And then it went to the House. Well, the House had to vote on it. And the House ended up voting against all three bills to not further push it forward, which I found kind of confusing and shocking. I mean, I thought maybe, yeah, sure, the Clarity Act, the market structure bill, and the anti-CBDC Act, maybe because they're quite new, sure, fine. But the Genius one, I was surprised by that. And this is precisely what further elevated my confusion. According to the former Fox business journalist Anna Terrett, many of the House members who voted no had concerns with the Genius Act possibly enabling a CBDC. Now, forget for a moment that one of the bills is literally called Anti-CBDC Act, which is crazy. This bill explicitly prohibits and bans the Fed from creating a retail CBDC. It says it right here. So I don't know where the House members got this idea from. It really confused me. The section below says the bill shall not be constructed as expanding the Fed's authority to offer services directly to the public, meaning it cannot authorize things like digital wallets, personal accounts, or anything that veers into CBDC territory. So why the House thought that, I have no idea. So that didn't go through yesterday. That did cause a little bit of a pullback. But lo and behold, Trump did end up meeting with 11 out of the 12 necessary House members, and they had in the Oval Office had a short conversation, and turns out after that short conversation, the House has now advanced all three of the bills, not just the Genius Act, the stablecoin bill, all three of them now, which is fantastic news. Hence, when the markets are looking a lot stronger today. Bitcoin close to 120k again, close to that M2 money supply. It's been brought up once again, and align it properly. You can see just short of it is going to hopefully catch up to 128, 125k over the next couple of days and weeks. And of course, then Ethereum's running like crazy, and of course, also starting to follow in suit. Sui is actually not doing too much today, seemingly as Say, but is at $4, and Say is at 36 cents. And then you've got Tau also doing quite well. You've got, for the most part, projects across the board are doing very, very well today, which is great to see. And of course, Casper flying higher. And I look at the breakout is confirmed right now. It has broken above I would say cleanly. I think if we break above 9.5, that would be cleanly for me. We've broken above 9.3 by a decent percentage, I'd say. If you break above 9.5, for me, that's quite a clean break. That being another zone right here. And that for me will confirm that the next leg up for Casper, probably going towards 10 cents, is imminent. And then we'll see it push towards 11, 12, 13, above 13, towards, I would like to believe, the next strong resistance for Casper is going to probably be up here around the 15, 16 cent zone, which will happen probably in the next month or so, especially with smart contracts on the horizon. And if we get the momentum, the market start to really, really rally, maybe you'll see those tier ones. We could pray for it, of course, we'll have to wait and see. But the passing of the bills to the next stage is really, really good. What this basically means is when the vote's happening tomorrow, I believe it's tomorrow at least, if they pass the Genius Act stablecoin bill, Trump signs it into law on Friday. That doesn't mean it's all going to flip on its head, immediately go boom, necessarily on Friday, because the bills, while being passed into law, it takes a long, I believe it's 18 months. I need to double check that though. I believe it's 18 months for the bill to be admitted into law and then the actual frameworks to be properly implemented. So it still takes some time. Hence why Trump was so immediately ASAP. But either way, the actual admission into law is a very good thing. Then the Clarity Act, the Anti-CBDC Act, if these get passed, they go towards the Senate, which is what happened to the stablecoin bill went to the Senate and then passed, and then it went back to where it's at right now. So going to the Senate would still be a very, very good thing. So we can see that all happening over the next 2 days, which would be very, very big. And we did cover in the video that I made as well. The CEO and founder of Custodial Bank, named Caitlin Long, who confirmed that we're going to have the digital asset report coming out on the 22nd of July from the US Fed, the SEC, and the CFTC, which that report could also further accelerate adoption and bullish sentiment in the markets as well. So this week could be great, and next week could be equally fantastic as well, which is, I think, we need, especially ahead of the macro data, which has been decent, not fantastic, but decent, I'd say. I've been covering that with my VIPs as well, what came out today, the PPI, and yesterday CPI. And equally with the PCE coming out later today, or later this month even. And then, of course, Trump's tariffs. Trump's tariffs are going to be coming out on the 1st of August. And if we have a higher market, a stronger market ahead of that, there's likely going to be a bit of a pullback when the tariffs are reinstated. And that will hopefully, therefore, give a bit of a cushion. Because otherwise, then we could see the market come down quite heavily. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Speaking of the Fed, though, actually, because I just glossed over that, interestingly, Senator Lummis, one of the biggest advocates for Bitcoin and crypto, Senator Lummis has just stated, literally earlier today, about 5 hours ago, it is past time. It is 5 hours ago, yeah. It is past time Chair Jerome Powell puts the American people above his own ambitions and resigns. That is crazy. We've heard it from Trump numerous times. We've heard it from other, Trump's administration, be it Scott Bessent, Tim Scott, etc., etc. I've heard a lot of people from Trump's administration team say Jerome Powell needs to go, right? We've even heard it from some Fed board members, like Waller, say Jerome Powell needs to start cutting rates. We need to start cutting rates. So, but Lummis is saying Jerome Powell must go. That is, for me, is quite crazy. That's quite insane for her saying that. But what's also insane, apparently, is the White House says Trump is likely going to fire Fed Jerome Powell very soon. Trump has drafted a letter to fire Fed chair. Now, most people who understand this properly will think, well, Trump, the government, and the Fed are independent. So Trump doesn't have the legal basis to fire Jerome Powell. He can't do that. But there are certain things he can do, like putting pressure on him, which he's been doing consistently anyways. But also, if he can prove in the courts of law that Jerome Powell has been purposely neglecting his duty, then he could effectively work around and fire Jerome Powell. And there is a potential case for that. Think about it. The inflation is starting to rally a little bit, but it's still low. It was around the Fed's target, and I think it's still below the Fed's target right now. Furthermore, the job market is strong. Very, very strong. Of course, the Fed doesn't need to cut rates, therefore, but the job market is strong. Inflation is down, and America has one of the highest interest rates across the whole of the world. And America is the leading market. So why the Fed haven't cut rates? EU are down 8 interest rate cuts, which is 250 basis points, something like that, compared to the US, which is crazy. Now, Trump wants to be down 200 basis points. He wants to be down to 1.5%, which is incredibly low, at least to do in one straight go. You should do that gradually. I think that's fine. I think that's not too excessive for where we're at right now. But if you see that all in one go, that could cause a potential massive repercussions. It would cause fantastic pumps in the altcoin market, don't get me wrong, but it might have broader long-term implications. But the fact of the matter is that Jerome Powell has been saying, tariffs. I'm not cutting interest rates because I'm worried about tariffs. But so far, the tariffs haven't caused any considerable rise in inflation at all, really. Now, they're going to come in effect on August properly, all the heavy tariffs again. That may cause a big disaster, and therefore Jerome Powell might be right. But for the time being, inflation has been coming down most of the time, and the job market's been strengthening most of the time as well, and the Fed's not been cutting rates. So if Trump can prove that, then he would actually have enough of a case, therefore, to fire Jerome Powell, bring in somebody who does align with his agendas, and that would be interesting. Because then if they align with Trump's agendas, that would mean we probably see a 300 basis point cut, a 3% cut from 4.5% down to 1.5% interest rates, which would be insane. And the altcoin market in particular there, because interest rate cuts basically puts less, it loosens the monetary policies, meaning less pressure on the financial markets, meaning you can have more ability to kind of throw your money, right, wherever you want, kind of thing, if you think about it very loosely. So it basically means that the interest rate cuts are great for on-risk assets. be it stocks, be it crypto, you know, be in equity markets that are great for on-risk assets. So if we get massive rate cuts, crypto would soar, especially the altcoins. And right now, Casper's soaring quite well. 8.44% is looking. Keep going, please keep going. I'm loving this, absolutely loving this right now. Hopefully, Casper continues to rally today. We can finish above. If we can finish where it's at right now, I think the next leg up is more or less confirmed. More or less confirmed. Right now, it's going to be probably seeing some resistance around 9.5. But the fact that it's made a clean break above 9.3, I'd say here, is reassuring. I have to see where we have to see where it ends. So if it ends below 9.3, then probably not today. But if it does end above 9.3, I think the next leg up is happening. And the incoming regulatory frameworks that are going to be passed and potentially Jerome Powell's dismissal could send it a lot higher. And again, us knowing Bitcoin maxes to get involved, more involved into Casper, and equally the incoming smart contracts. You know, all this stuff coming through very, very soon. We'll get to this video last, actually. On Fox Business, an investor says Bitcoin will hit 150k in 6 months as digital assets enter their golden age. I think there's a good possibility we do see that. My conservative target is still 130k Bitcoin, which I think, again, according to the M2 money supply, 130k Bitcoin does seem to be very, very achievable. If we align it here, it suggests that Bitcoin should probably reaching. I mean, you've seen the M2's come down a little bit as of late, from its peak here. But even then, like that peaks at 150k anyways by September. Now Bitcoin doesn't follow it 100%, but even then 90% correlation, you can see it's been following it relatively closely right now. So in that regard, then it could reach 150k, which I don't think is outrageous. And that's, you can see here, I drew these boxes out ages ago, right? This is like the two zones I drew ages ago. Between 130 to 150k is a good zone, I think. That's my conservative zone for Bitcoin. Anything above 160k to 180k, I think is very, very good for Bitcoin. And who knows? Again, I'm not insider trader, institutional capital. They may pump Bitcoin higher. Who actually knows? There's so much more to come to the market, so much more capital to flow into the space. We could see a lot more coming through very soon. And Ethereum is also set to make a very big move. And, you know, Casper's superior to Ethereum. We know that much anyway. So Casper looks like it's doing fantastic right now. Great to see. And before I get to some of the Casper content, this sort of stuff here, actually I'll get to this real quickly as well before we get into the questions and then Casper content. So off the back of all these regulatory frameworks being passed, KRI makes a post here saying the US regulatory update, emerging regulatory momentum with the Clarity Act during Crypto Week building on FIT 21 to clarify SEC versus CFTC oversight based on decentralization. So for Casper, of course, being a pure proof of work, no pre-mine, no ICO, fair launch and a block DAG for high throughput, this could mean absolute commodity status under lighter CFTC rules. No single entity, less than 20% control, unlocking. So this would therefore mean that these regulatory updates could be big for Casper as well, therefore implicating and meaning smoother worldwide exchange listings, as opposed to all the scrutiny we're getting, institutional inflows through and ETFs, which we're getting ETPs with Valor already. KEF are trying to get some more with another company right now, ETPs, and they did mention how we could potentially do a crowd fund for ETFs in the United States as well, which would be very, very cool if we could do that. Enhance liquidity and adoption. Mainstream use as efficient digital money. That said, centralized or VC-heavy projects may face stricter SEC hurdles like compliance cost or risk, yet this incentivizes stronger decentralization for everyone, while Senate passages isn't assured, bipartisan progress supports consumer protections and growth globally. And, I mean, yeah. Of course, those assets that are currently in the back pockets or these in the back pocket of the government or the government in the back pocket of them. So I'm thinking more like, I think XRP, you know, they've got a lot of deep ties to politicians and the governments. Zebek has some of that as well. XLM also in those conversation as well. Those sort of assets I think will do pretty well this cycle due to the regulatory connections, the connections they have to the policymakers. But then the ones that are decentralized, Bitcoin, Casper, will equally do very, very well because they are by and large very obviously a commodity. Therefore, they're under the CFTC jurisdiction, and it's also been proven by the SEC that mining is not a security either. So the clarity for Casper is well and truly there. So it'd be very, very good right now, seeing these rules coming through, making Casper more attractive, much more attractive. Now, Casper's still rallying right now, which is fantastic right now. 9.59% on the daily time, 9.59 cents, and up almost 10% on the daily time from right now. Looking very good, great to see. Let's get into the question real quick before I get to more of the Casper content right now. When Saylor, well, Saylor will have to come in due time. If he does, he'll do it silently though, because he can't abandon Bitcoin. That'll ruin his whole image. I think it would, unless he unless he can transition to saying I'm a proof of work maxi, not a Bitcoin maxi, which I think he probably could do. As more and more Bitcoin maxis start to actually like shift to allocating Casper, and you've got like the likes of Marathon who are mining Casper as well. So they all, one of the biggest mining companies in the world, already have diversified to Casper as well. It would affect Bitcoin maxis who are very stubborn and ignorant. But if Michael said I'm a proof of work maxi as opposed to saying I'm a Bitcoin maxi, then maybe he'll come through very, very soon. But I think he'll do it silently first and then shift massively. Cas Bitcoin is breaking out for long-term wedge right this moment. Let's look at Cas Bitcoin real quickly. It's been a while since I looked at this chart. Oh, we can see Casper Bitcoin is right now doing very, very well in that regard. And if I get the trend line as well, drag it from probably from this one here, coming down here, and equally from there. I mean, yeah, it's currently in there. That's a big of a wedge right now, but it's starting to make that push upwards. I mean, of course, right, Casper's outperforming Bitcoin very well today. It's still down from its it's kind of its initial launch back down here, down about 42%. But as I've been saying time and time again, I think Casper is going to outperform Bitcoin this cycle. Prove as such very, very soon, especially because Casper's got a higher ROI potential than Bitcoin does. And yeah, you see that significant shift happening very, very soon. Casper's got more catalysts as well. Bitcoin has ETFs. Casper could get those as well. You can also have tier 1 listings. You can also have stablecoin adoption. You have a better infrastructure, a layer 2, faster confirmation times, cheaper confirmation times, all that sort of stuff for Casper. It makes it a better option than Bitcoin for future actual use cases, as opposed to Bitcoin just being a store of value. Welcome back, Auden Films. Bitcoin or Casper long term? If Casper, then why? I think both are fantastic long term. I think Bitcoin is great long term as a store of value. Casper has a lot more use cases, and has much more catalyst in my belief. And because it's a smaller asset, Casper only got a 2.5 bill market cap. It's got a much stronger ROI. Bitcoin is already at Bitcoin at 2.6 trillion right now? $2.373 trillion market cap. So if Bitcoin was to do a 2x from here, that's a 240k Bitcoin, fantastic, sure. But if you're looking at Casper, a 2x for Casper is not even at its all-time highs yet. Casper could easily do a 2x from here. So at this current moment in time, for long-term holding, I'd say Casper as well, because I think, again, Casper is, the way I perceive it right now, Casper is probably a 20%, 30% completed project. You haven't got smart contracts out just yet, no stablecoins on it just yet, no ZK opcos just yet, no DAGKnight just yet, no tier 1 listing, or not enough tier 1 listings just yet, no KRI building just yet. Like, you've got so many things that I could pick out. KRI, stablecoins, smart contracts, native smart contracts, MEV resistance, DAGKnight, and it can go on more than that as well. There's more stuff I'm sure Casper's also looking at as well. Those are going to be key changing points for Casper, and actually one of the posts we have here talks on that as well. DAGKnight being the big part as well. That makes Casper, the TLDR, DAGKnight doesn't make Casper faster, but also more secure than Bitcoin. That in itself is fantastic. And with institutions getting involved, they'll use Bitcoin, of course, store value, holding it like gold, better ROI than gold as well. But if you want actual use case, where you can send your money back and forth, be it stablecoins or even just actual Casper, you want to send it on the cheapest and fastest platform, which Casper right there is quite comfortably one of those, if not is the top one. You showed this quite a few times recently, but it's just nice to look at it time and time again. I highlight. You can go to any wallet actually. Let's go for wallet. Let's go for this wallet here. Why not? The wallet that's seen 6 million outflows today in Casper. Let's load up. See what's happening. So we can look 6 million, which is equivalent to $611,000. So over $500,000 in Casper. It took 0.78 seconds for them to send it and accept it and get it. And it cost 0.0003934 Casper, which is less than $0.00001. That's how cheap it is right now. Of course, with more adoption, and increased usage, you'll see that acceptance time probably go up a little bit with more congestion, and even the fee go up more so as well. Although Casper has a feature Casper has a feature where you could increase how much you spend to get higher priority, or decrease how much you spend to get lower priority, so it be slower. But that's what's currently out of Casper right now. You can send over $500,000, and even then, as you go to that wallet 3 we talk about, You saw it does differ, of course, depending on Wallet 3 here. In this particular instance, sent 200 million Casper, equivalent to, well, here look, actually $19 million in Casper, and that took 0.25 seconds and cost 0.0022 Casper. That again, that's going to definitely change with more adoption coming on board. This fee will go up more, especially if Casper costs more as well. You know, that's still a tiny amount of Casper. How much it's going to cost, of course, with the price of Casper going up, that'll go up as well. But that's how quick it is as well. Bitcoin, into the use case, that's 10 minutes and much more expensive. So it's just not worth it in the actual use case element. And when we're going to the space right now, use case really, really matters. Much more so. That's my answer to it, at least. And that's a very, very vague answer, in my opinion, as well. There's a lot more reasons I can give, but that's just a very short one I can give right now. Binance is key. I looked at Bonk, 250 million of volume on Binance. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we get a Binance listing, which, again, for those who aren't aware, Casper has been integrated with Binance since December 2023. So a year and a half, or actually more than a year and a half now. Now, why we've not had a listing yet is beyond us. We don't know. Only Binance knows what they're going to list. Some say they're not listing because Casper is a threat to their BNB chain, which it is. It's a threat to everything. It's superior to everything, so of course it's a threat. Some are saying it's because it's not the right time for the market. They need to wait for Casper to be really in an uptrend, really rallying, which could be very soon, hopefully, therefore. The volume's going up. The higher the volume, the more likely we'll see a listing. And because, of course, Binance and other exchanges have to buy off their own pocket, off their own back, when they're listing these bonks and these memes and these turbos and these other proof of stakes, right, they're getting paid the tokens to list it. They don't care if the project dumps straight away. They've been paid already for it. With Casper, they want to make their money's worth. They want to list it when it's going to be going up in value. So that's also maybe what they're waiting as well. We don't know when they're going to come through, but when they come through, Casper right now, volume 114 mil. That could easily, with Binance and I don't know, also the likes of Coinbase, and it'll be easily over a 1 bill 24-hour volume consistently once you get the big tier ones, in my belief, no doubt. No doubt. Definitely 500 million consistently, no doubt. Both the questions right now I'm at. Wow, a lot of questions. Love that, people. Great, get in there indeed. Is there a plot of numbers or chatters here versus Casper prices? Is there a plot of numbers of chatters here versus Casper prices? I don't particularly know what you mean by the question, Wing Hong. If you're talking about those who just believe in Casper as opposed to those who are solely focused on the price, then I think there are people who do believe in the project and not so much worried about the price. But of course, we all want it to do very, very well. So, yeah, Casper broke free. Yeah, convenient that I made the title Casper Breakout confirmed, and it just happened whilst I was streaming. Very convenient, therefore. Casper is the next step based on the framework. It should fall under CFTC, which is either ETS. Also very true. Yes, it's a commodity. It's not security, which is out the SEC's jurisdiction, so it makes it easy for ETF filings. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, Casper broke the resistance, looking very, very good right now. Hopefully it can continue going in that fashion. If it ends where it's at right now today, that'd be very good news. Very good news indeed. I don't understand if Bitcoin massively calling Casper a scam. Logic is the beginning of wisdom, not the end of it. Yeah, not many people understand that. And many Bitcoin masters have said the same thing, but you're seeing now some Bitcoin masters convert to say otherwise right now. So we'll get to this post in a very short moment. And yes, but the main reason, of course, is because they are ignorant, purposely ignorant, and they are deciding, therefore, that because it's not Bitcoin, it has to be a scam. You know? Many people are like that. You know, XRP maxis, they say anything that's not XRP is a scam effectively as well, which is arguably ironic. Is what it is, right? I think, for the most part, those who are Casper maxis in this community right now, they understand that Casper's fantastic and that nothing is as good as Casper type of thing, but they understand the element of it's a proof of work. You know, everyone here who's a Casper maxi effectively also understands and respects and understands Bitcoin. You know, arguably more than Bitcoin does know Bitcoin anyway. So, but everything them is a scam. Yeah, exactly. They don't give it any more thought than that. Yeah, I understand. I told you they're outlining CBDC. Oh, I mean, yeah, I never said they weren't going to. I know, but it's also in my mind's eye, I'm thinking, knowing where the world is going to go. And knowing how these centralized entities desperately want control, it wouldn't surprise me if at some point in the future, these bills are somehow reverted and CBDCs are created. I knew they were going to create an anti-CBDC bill. I knew they were going to do that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they revert that in the future. Yeah, I mean, multiple other regions around the world are creating a CBDC. Now, stablecoins are an alternative to CBDCs, so you don't need one, but when it comes to control, they'll do what they can do to make more money and to keep the money. So I'm praying that won't change, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, the sheep equal Bitcoin, 100%. Why don't we all here kill off Bitcoin? I mean, no one wants to kill off Bitcoin, that's the thing. I mean, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, you know? we all accept and love Bitcoin for what it is, but we understand that Casper is that next step in the actual true envisionment and embodiment of what Tom Polinsky or what Satoshi Nakamoto wanted, a peer-to-peer electronic system. Bitcoin can't do that. It's not scalable enough to do it. Hey, love that Ghost Fee. Keep going, brother. That long's going up like crazy. Glad you got in, my man. Welcome back, Bingo, bro. You're doing very, very well, my man. Why is Casper pumping? I think it's just time. Futurist Casper. I think it's just time. I mean, Casper, you've seen it. For 2 weeks, Casper was consolidating around 8 cents, 9 cents, or 8 cents here. And then you saw it break above here and consolidate again for about 3 or 4 days, and now it's breaking up again. It's in an uptrend right now. Casper's in an uptrend right now. With the bills passing as well, these bills passing as well to the next stage. As the care I highlighted here, these regulatory updates, these clarity given, does actually make it better for Casper as well. So it could result in all these things as well. So it's a very, very big update, very big developments, and Casper, I think it's just time for it to break out. It's been holding strong for a long time now. And we are technically, if you look at the weekly time frame, you can, as I made a video on it earlier, we are still in that pattern right now. We're forming higher lows. So with the breakout happening right now, I'm hopeful we'll start continuing that pattern and therefore forming a higher high, going above, hopefully to, I want to see a Casper trying to push and reach the 15, 16 cents zone before we see it get rejected and come back down. We might see it get rejected lower, but I'm hopeful we'll see that. And then, you know, that could be an indicator with the momentum confirmed in an uptrend. The other big catalysts, smart contracts, tier 1 listings, stable coins, that stuff coming to Casper soon enough as well, which would be great news, of course. Pump it up, party. Let's go, Casper. Indeed. Long overdue. Great to see, definitely. Welcome back, Double D, bro. You're doing very, very well, brother. It does qualify as a currency, a commodity. I mean, yeah, it does. Casper does qualify as a commodity. Go, Casper. Indeed, and bit. Casper is pumping right now. We love to see it, indeed. Casper is pumping and coming. 100% Shane. Great stuff to see all around. Let's get into some of the other posts real quickly before I get to more of the comments. So, already highlighted this. So we got this post here from Uphold, one of the biggest exchanges in America, which responded and retweeted this post from Casper Report on the 30th of July, so 3 days ago. Over the past month, Casper quietly archived something for the first time that was not expected to achieve until years in the future. This report delves into exactly what happened and explains what could significantly, what it could signify. So the whole post talking about the crescendo hard fork. Casper has seen a rapid surge in developments since that hard fork. You know, we haven't seen it much in terms of price, but developments and use case have definitely increased massively. Projects like Cassia launching and many, many more preparing to launch in the coming months is a very big deal. Meanwhile, something unusual happened with Casper's daily activity supply or active supply. It dropped to record low levels and remained suppressed for over a month, flipping Bitcoin for the first time ever, as described in more detail. Daily active users refer to the percentage of the circulating supply that has been moved within the last 24 hours. We can see here the 30-day medium daily active supply has, for the first time ever, fallen below Bitcoin, indicating that Casper supply is already tighter in certain respects to Bitcoin, which marks earliest instance in which Casper scarcity is measurably greater than Bitcoin's. Casper is going to go through a supply shock, therefore. It's becoming more scarce, therefore, than Bitcoin, which is insane. This event was not expected to occur until about 2028, when Casper's stock-to-flow ratio is projected to approach partially with Bitcoin's. It's happened early, which is fantastic stuff. This daily active supply was unusually low during the 30-day period, primarily due to muted exchange activity, as indicated in this chart. Note the minimal movement with known exchange holding over the period, with little in the way of inflows and outflows. Exchanges have not been moving Casper around as they normally do, which is almost certainly the primary reason they dropped. UTXO consolidation and wallet rotations are notably subdued, contributed to decline in daily active supply. Other reasons for unusual low activity is the steady increasing use of Casper in the store value element, because people are starting to hold it more and more, preparing for the move upwards. Again, inactive supply going up higher as well. Known exchange holdings charts are adjusting to include wallet rotations. While Casper's unusually low daily active supply was driven by multiple factors, supply constraints therefore remain substantial. With so little Casper available on exchanges, a shift towards bullish momentum could trigger a supply shock and push Casper prices sharply higher, which is what I think we're also seeing right now, a supply shock happening right now. So this is fantastic stuff all around we're seeing right now. Casper's fast, smooth emission schedule brings an unintended benefit. It causes Casper to achieve value stability more quicker and more efficiently than Bitcoin, rendering Casper a superior unit of account. Consequently, Casper outcompetes Bitcoin in the attributes that constitutes an ideal unit of account, and since serving as a unit of account is one of the three key functions of money, Casper is overall a superior form of money. Mean of exchange, which Casper has, Bitcoin does not have. Store of value, which Casper is now getting more. Right now, Casper is superior. Unit of account is more or less confirmed over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin can't do MOE, and Bitcoin is the ultimate SOV, but Casper is currently technically doing better as SOV right now. So this is, ultimately very interesting stuff right now. And this is therefore also why you might be seeing a big rally. Shout out Casper report. These detailed reports from him are actually so elite, so very elite. And Uphold reposted this saying, with a tight supply, fast emission and growing utility, Casper is quietly stepping into Bitcoin's monetary lane. Not just hard money, fast money. Thoughts? That's big stuff. 31k views. And we got this post here from Elliot delving into some other elements of Casper and important stuff a bit more so here as well. This is talking mainly about the DAGKnight. So the debate surrounding Bitcoin, of course, is a critical one, which is overlooked by many Bitcoin maximalists and enthusiasts. They overlook this element, and they overlook DAGKnight as a key element coming to Casper. So, of course, we understand, as highlighted here from Elliot, that Bitcoin's consensus mechanism relies on a fixed 10-minute block interval, which is too slow anyways, which assumes network latency is reliable below the threshold. But if internets experience a significant or prolonged split, which we had seen in the past, in France, I believe it was, we saw a blackout for over 24 hours, I think it was. In that regard, cyber warfare, whatever it may be, the heaviest chain rule would come into effect, and that will break Bitcoin security completely, break it down completely. But when you've got DAGKnight, something that's being built currently, being drafted up and will be coming out hopefully next year, this thing used by Casper, DAGKnight, is designed to be resilient to varying network latencies. It scales latency, so if you see a network blackout, Casper will be perfectly fine. So it would still offer rapid transactions, confirmed and near instant finality, and if there is a disruption, DAGKnight dynamically adjusts by extending confirmation times, allowing it to maintain security and requiring a supermajority of honest blocks in the block DAG ordering. So it's just a much more superior Bitcoin model, or superior to Bitcoin's model, and it's more secure. That's the TLDR of what's highlighted in this thing, and it's a very big reason why I think many more Bitcoin maxis who end up learning about Casper, they learn about this, it'll be almost a no-brainer to start shifting your Bitcoin allocation to Casper. Bitcoiner AJ is one of the recent Bitcoin maxists who was a Bitcoin only maxi, who is now a Bitcoin and Casper maxi. And he's highlighting the key reasons why a couple of days ago Casper taught me more about Satoshi's vision and Bitcoin than any other resource available. Casper taught him about Bitcoin and Satoshi's vision. Still learning, but eyes are opened. And he's excited for Casper right now. Hughes Groxforce helped put into words why he believes that Casper is something worth looking into and why he's accepted Casper. Super fast transactions, we already know that. Scalable without compromise. How most blockchains need a layer 2 sequencer where Casper just has 10 BPS on the actual layer 1 with a goal of 100. Fair and community driven like Bitcoin. No pre-mine, no allocations. Not like it's a fair launch. It's got low fees, which Bitcoin doesn't have. It's secure and familiar. Familiar to as proof of work, similar to Bitcoin therefore. And it has a lot higher future potential. Smart contracts, layer 2 solutions, stablecoins, microtransactions, all this stuff. In short, Casper stands out because it's the fast, fair, secure, and built for real-world use with a community focused on long-term growth. Bitcoin will be great for many reasons, but Casper's tech is just confidently number one. And it could also be great for help building business as well. For example, Wolfie. Wolfie is one of the Chaos tokens. It's a business that's building off Casper. And you've got many, many more. You've got Casway, also building off Casper. You've got many other businesses who are building off Casper right now. Casper Onion here, who was originally a Bitcoin. He's got, I think it's 89% in Bitcoin and 11% in Casper right now. But he is also stated here, Bitcoiners keep saying it's impossible or too expensive to run an archival node. So guess what? He's buying a second computer just to run a full Casper archival node out, not out of spite. But for Arcanove, out of spite, not because I have to, but because they said I couldn't do it. So he's doing it out of pettiness, which honestly respect to the man for that. But as Coder Stuff, one of the core devs of Casper highlights, fun fact, archival nodes are not necessary for Casper to run. If all archival nodes die out, new nodes can still sync and verify that the current state originated from Genesis. So Casper has zero need for them to function. So to understand that a little bit more so, in the short element of it, unlike every other blockchain, where a full historical record is needed for new nodes to verify the chain, Casper, due to its pruned architecture, its design allows to function and be fully secure with minimal history, and still connect to the kind of Genesis block, Genesis chain. It doesn't need to have the full, which makes it quicker as well. It reduces all that unnecessary noise and history that are not needed, making it more efficient and more decentralized as well. It's fantastic. Again, a benefit that Bitcoiners just don't understand that. Most seem to understand that, but Casper can do that. No other blockchain, no other crypto project has this. That's a benefit, a big benefit. And people who don't have that, they don't understand it. They say it's a bad thing. Not understanding that actually is a big benefit. The big benefit. And we're going to listen to this video real quickly as well here. Casper Onion approves his message. Very well put. We both agree on this. And as a Bitcoiner with critical thinking skills, love to see this sort of stuff. So listen very closely to this video here. Once more, Bitcoiners starting to listen and look more into understanding what Casper is really about.
And they increase the throughput even more, and they continue to build out their ecosystems and ability to mint tokens and, all of this kind of stuff, DeFi, whatever. They can compete with the other cryptos that are doing that too. They can 100% compete with that. But that's how you should look at it, in my opinion, and that's how I look at it. I'm buying Bitcoin as a savings mechanism. I believe that it will become the base layer monetary network. And if I was to invest in Kaspa, I would think of it as an investment. I wouldn't think of it as savings. I would think of it as, I think this technology has some merit. I believe that the pruning is effective as they are saying it is. I believe that there'll, for some reason, be an incentive for archival nodes to be run, or that they're not needed. I believe that, and I believe that super fast layer one transactions is important. I see a value to that as opposed to scaling in layers. That would be the bet I would be taking. And I would be taking that bet, not comparing it to Bitcoin. I would be comparing it to ETH, Solana, Sol, and these other cryptos that I don't own because I don't want to take that bet. I want to take the bet of the monetary network of Bitcoin, increasing in value, increasing in adoption more rapidly than any others, pushing all the others out through the protocol network effect, and becoming the dominant base layer money for the entire world. So there's this other thing here too.
And I think that's the way that most of us Casper Maxis, we look at it. We don't look at it as Casper for trying to replace Bitcoin. We don't look at it like that. We look at it as Casper is trying to become this actual electronic, decentralized peer-to-peer money like Bitcoin's meant to be. Bitcoin fell short, but it's trying to do that. Bitcoin is great as a store of value. It's got the longest, it's years and years old, right? It's been around since 2008. It's got the history. But every other project that came out of it was trying to replicate Bitcoin and failed because they realized that it's impossible to remain decentralized and scale. That's why they went centralized as proof of stakes. Casper has proved that it's possible. It's proving that it's possible still. 10 BPS. Soon to be 100, or I say soon, eventually to be 100. A layer 1.5 with a canonical bridge so you can bridge seamlessly between layer 2 and layer 1 with trustless mechanism, so you're not having to trust a third party. So the way he's looking at it, I would also care to agree. Now, of course, I don't actually hold much. Actually, I don't think I hold any Bitcoin right now, truth be told. I look at Casper as my hedge, my store of value / much of my future. I think Casper is going to become this monetary base layer. Not Bitcoin, Casper will be. That's how I personally perceive it. Not financial advice, that's my personal opinion. But the way he's looking at it is also, I think, very healthy. Not looking at Casper as a competitor to Bitcoin, but just as a competitor to everything else that is trying to be this medium of exchange, which Bitcoin has not not going to do that anymore. It can't. Casper is trying to do that. And it has the tech to sufficiently surpass all of them. Easily. If we get the adoption, which you mentioned at the beginning, which I believe it will do. What's coming? The layer 2s coming now, these ZK EVMs, which will soon become Solana virtual machines and Move virtual machines and Bitcoin layer network, like all this stuff is coming out. It means that Casper will be able to be interoperable with every other network. And why would you, as a dev or a builder, not want to try building on a cheaper, faster, and more secure network, which will also be able to seamlessly connect to the other networks? There's no incentive why you wouldn't want to do that. So you'll see more adoption coming through. You'll see stablecoins coming on Casper as well, created new ones, or already massive issues like stablecoins like a Tether or Circle coming on Casper. Probably Ripple's one that's going, maybe PayPal's one. You'll see more coming on Casper. You'll see KRI building their industrial projects for their enterprise project industrial clients, which have massive clients, by the way. You've got multiple projects coming out, 3 of them coming out this year, being the ZTEX, Zero Emission Trading Exchange, Gigawatt stablecoin, and the Warp Core. All 3 of those are coming out in Q4 this year. Casper is literally one of the biggest diamond hand hidden gems in this space. It's a top 40, I think, like top 45 right now? 43. It's a top 50 asset with lackluster tier 1s. People fade Casper because they don't understand it. That's how I personally perceive it. Or they're being sure to ignore it. Who knows? Again, you can make whatever predictions or reasons you want to be. I'm not here to speculate in that regard. But Casper, I think, is going to very easily prove itself as the most superior. Again, just another, piece of knowledge just thrown out there. If you go on to, shout out to Captain Sats. If you go on to Captain Sats' Twitter page, @PleaseSats, he continuously will repost stuff. I don't think he's done it for quite some time, actually. He hasn't done it for quite some time, actually, but he used to do it consistently, where he would repost the stuff like this. Monero devs talk about Casper founders. Spectre Protocol. Ethereum devs on Polinsky. Vitalik Buterin talking about on Polinsky. The Ghost Protocol. Cardano talk about Spectre, DAG, well. BlockDAG called Spectre. By an Israeli research team. Of course, on Polinsky, therefore, with Zohar. This is one thing I do love about Captain Sats. He does it quite frequently, but he'll repost all the posts here. Look, Cardano founder, Charles Hockinson here, talking about the protocols that Casper built. There's multiple occasions with Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin talking about the Ghostlight protocol. And there's many, many more. That's just taking a handful. There's multiple chains out there, multiple platforms out there, multiple assets out there that are derivatives or have utilized Tom Polinsky and the research for Casper to make their own protocols. And Casper's finally made their own. And it's better than all of them. And you're going to have DAGKnight coming out. Nothing's going to be able to compete with DAGKnight in this space. That is not opinionated. That's, for me, a matter of fact. Filecoin as well. Ghost. Son Polinsky. Right there. So this is why I'm so bullish on Casper. I think it's going to do fantastic this cycle. I really, really do. And the Bitcoin masses getting involved now, I think it's fantastic stuff. The stablecoin frameworks and all the frameworks coming out, again, is very, very good. You'll see a lot more coming out. IGRA's having their pre-sale with 3 Search Capital, which is still ongoing with 3 Search right now. Pre-sale still open. I know Wolfie are going to be doing it very soon. I know that Casper Common doing it very, very soon. This is legit. I have fact-checked this. Those who are asking, this is legit. It's not scammed. You can find out more here. 3 Search are one of the affiliates to IGRA. They are doing a pre-sale. But this is what's coming out to Casper. The Bitcoin masses starting to recognize Casper more and more, and that's also what's going to help incentivize Casper price to go up higher as well. It's undervalued. It's not given its recognition, but with smart contracts coming out, the adoption is going to start rolling through so much quicker. I again, just take it. Just once more, invite you to go on CoinMarketCap, check out the big projects, the Ethereum, the Solanas, the AVAXs, the Chainlinks, whatever you want to check out, and you just look. It's not me trying to compare Casper to these projects. It's me trying to highlight to you, in regards to a project, look at Ethereum here. Ethereum, in its first cycle, we go really, really close. You can see it went from, let's take it from the beginning of the cycle. So let's look at, 2018? So yeah, January, let's look at it from here. So it took quite a bit of time, but here, look, it went from what? 1 billion to 125 billion market cap. And then even in the the last cycle here, it went from down here from a 14 billion market cap up to a $500 billion market cap. That's Ethereum. Now, will Casper repeat what Ethereum did? I'm going to probably say unlikely. That would be insane if Casper could reach a 500 billion market. If that happened, 500 billion market cap, Casper would be worth, get the calculator out, shall we? 500 billion market cap divided by 26.5 billion supply. I'd be an $18 Casper. Almost $90 Casper if it was a 500 billion market cap. Bit high for me. At least not this cycle, personally. But can Casper see a significant rally? Maybe the likes of Solana's. And I'm not trying to say Casper's going to replicate that. I'm trying to highlight once more, or in this particular example at least, and the next one's coming up, highlighting how quickly these other projects can rally. Solana in this last cycle was sitting in July 24th, which is, 4 years ago now, basically. 2021, July 24th. Sitting at a 7.7 billion market cap, and it reached 80, or 7.580 billion market cap. It did over a 10x in 5 months. Look at AVAX. When I can type AVAX. Which is I'd argue a bit more of an accurate representation of the price. Comparison to price right now, if you're going to make that comparison. AVAX, more so in the gaming sphere, wouldn't really compare that to Casper at all in regard to a project. I think Solana's a bit more accurate to that. But look at AVAX here. In its first cycle as well. It had a little bit of a pump. Then it came back down. We're sitting down at a 1.6 billion market cap. July 21st, 2021. So again, that's about 4 years from now. And then in the span of 3-4 months, it went to a 30 billion market cap. That's a 15x. Over 15x. Over 15x. That is I'm trying to do the math in my head. Over a 30x. 1.5 bill to 30 bill. That's a 30x. 35x in value for AVAX. I'm only highlighting these to you, not because I'm saying Casper's going to reach the absolute moon and back. That's not the premise of what I'm trying to do here. I'm simply trying to highlight to you that if you believe that Casper's not going to do very well this cycle, you're entitled to your belief. You're well and truly entitled to your belief, because Casper it's got more competition. Unlike the last cycle where it had less competition. It's got tier 1 jet, it's got lackluster VC backing. There's many reasons and viable reasons you can give to why Casper may not be able to rally that high. But what you need to realise is that a price of an asset, the adoption asset, can change very, very quickly, especially if institutions get involved. TradFi money getting involved, trillions coming to the space. It can change extremely quickly, overnight, literally, in the next 2 months. So while Casper right now is down to 9.5 cents, it's doing well today. It's been a long haul over the last 2 years, and more so accurately in the last year since August 1st when it came down from its 20 cents all-time high. There's a very strong possibility that once it breaks all-time high, it might just start ripping. Tailwinds behind it, sending itself so much higher. There's a good possibility of that, because all the people who have been holding and just wanted to sell, 20 cents they'll sell. It'll go above that. When it does go above that, I believe it will go above that in this cycle, and it can just rip. And then from all the developments to follow that, the ZK opcodes, the DAGKnight, the more, adoption with DeFi, it's just going to generate so much more adoption and income and revenue from the years to follow. And then who knows how high it's going to soar next cycle. When you have more regulatory frameworks, more ETF filings, more adoption, you'll see, a lot more of the other chains jumping on Casper, I believe, as well. Tier 1 listings as well, all that sort of stuff. There's so much more room for Casper to run, in my belief. My personal belief, of course, do your own research. It's not financial advice. I think the Bitcoin master jumping onto Casper right now is a very good sign. Hence why you're seeing Casper's price starting to rally a bit more now. You're seeing more support from Bitcoiners coming to Casper, which is fantastic. And these regulatory frameworks are going to also help bring more tailwind to the crypto market. Next week will be very big, in my belief, with the possibility of seeing smart contracts and more frameworks and regulatory clarity, if you will, coming out. So I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic. I'm very looking forward to what's coming out. Icarus testnet should be coming out sometime soon enough. Casper's mainnet seems to be on the horizon as well. We'll find out soon enough, and I'm very, very bullish about that. And that's why my conviction in Casper never wavered. And first time I've done it this stream, actually, my conviction in Casper never wavered because I know what I'm holding, but also because I do my research, which I'm sure everyone here can attest to me doing that. in my VIP group, shameless plug, shameless show, I know, but my VIP group, we do a lot of stuff in there. We do private live streams every single week. We do trade alerts, which have been very profitable so far, making some big gains. We also do educational tutorials, so teaching people in there how to trade in other elements as well, which I believe that all have learned a lot in there, especially thanks to C Crypto, our experienced trader. But the big one for me personally, that what I take pride in, is the research documents. I will every single week now be posting institutional research documents, what these TradFi money, these $1 trillion companies are looking at, and telling their clients I can find them, that I know where to look, and I post it in there for my community. So they now know what's coming to the space, how much is coming, what they perceive and predict is going to happen in this space in the next 2-3 years. And I can also correlate that and attest it to Casper as well, because I can make the connections. I don't think it's that hard to make the connections, but I can think about it like, okay, well, if they're doing that for Bitcoin, then what about Casper therefore, So you can find out a lot more regarding the crypto space, what's coming out, and then also your conviction in Casper will rise as well through the VIP, wop.com/coinfactory. The links to join are in the description and also on my homepage on YouTube, right here. You can join for free for 7 days, so you get a 7-day free trial. Or alternatively, you can get a 1-month free trial if you sign up to the to the affiliate link to BYDFI, which is an exchange that we are currently working alongside. An exchange with no KYC, no VPN, and regulatory licenses in Canada, Canada, United States, and many, many more regions. You sign up to BYDFI. They've currently got a campaign going on right now, a new user deposit campaign that ends on the 25th of July. And equally, a Bitcoin trading campaign, a chance to win up to $10,000 in Bitcoin. So if you sign up through the affiliate link and click the links here, you can partake in those. And equally, you get many benefits, like a 70% discount on all future trading fees. And you can get a lot more discounts if you are a whale. If you're a whale, then reach out to me and I can put you directly in touch with BYDFI because they are connecting to us and speak to us very frequently. You can get a permanent VIP access to the BYDFI channel, so you can see all these sort of trades that happen frequently. These trades that happen every single day. Get access to all of these VIP access, and then equally, you can get a 1-month free trial to the Coin Factory Executive stuff we post in here, all the extensive live streams and stuff we put in there continuously, doing it for 25 weeks straight. All information is in there. If you want to find out more, again, follow the links in the Get VIP Access channel right here. You can see right there, and you can just follow the steps here. And if you need any help, by all means, please reach out to me on Discord, and I will help you where I can on Discord. I'll send you a message back and help you out. But there's so much more that I feel like I can help provide people, which is why I partly set that up, actually at the request of the community as well. Do you want to find out a lot more, learn a lot more, check out the VIP. Links are in the description and on our homepage, because that's what's also kept a lot of us very, very sane in this market. I can attest to that. I know people in the community have said that themselves, that they found it tough, but this community in particular, as opposed to what I always do here anyways, has helped them understand that this space is just going through a little bit of a road bump, but what's actually coming out, we are still so early. Like, I cannot begin to explain how early we are. In fact, just as a inkling, I'm going to do a little solid, and I will just showcase one of the exclusive documents just that I've posted in there already. Which one should I load up? Let's load up this one. Did I just spell it wrong? I did. X. I need to change that. Where am I going to? I'm going to this one. That's not a bad one. Should I go for that one? I'll go for that one. I think I have bigger ones, but this is one that I think also is quite interesting. So, one of the documents here, Coinbase, in partnership with Ernst & Young here, document from Ernst & Young and Coinbase, published a document this year, Institutional Investor Digital Asset Survey, that basically delves into how 352 institutional participants and investors think about digital assets. The link is in there as well. You can find out all the information in there as well. 7-day free trial. Check it out for free, get an inkling, and then decide if you want to sign up for longer. Basically, the big shots around the world are getting more serious about digital assets, and they're planning to invest even more money throughout 2025. Last year, 2024, obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs made it very easy for them to get a hold of crypto, and now they want to expand further into it as well, but not just Bitcoin. a lot more excitement around stablecoins, DeFi, and tokenization. All information has been highlighted in here. The percentage of respondents, so 352 institutional investors, the percentage of these people that engage with DeFi is set to triple from 24 to 75% in the next 2 years, so by 2027. More than 3/4 of them plan to boost their digital asset holding by 2025. 59% intend to put over 5% of their total investments into crypto. The number one thing they're looking out for to fuel more growth is clear regulations. That's why I've been saying these regulatory frameworks are so big. They are so big. That's what they're waiting out for. That's the number one thing they're waiting out for. Stablecoin interest is huge. 84% are already using stablecoins or wanted to use them, and they're going to increase more and more, seeing keen returns. So momentum is clearly here. Everyone's still keeping an eye on the lawmakers and the US and the EU, what they're going to do next, but the big players are definitely here to stay. That's just one of hundreds of documents I've put in there for the community. And then, of course, you do the trade information in there as well. We've got a lot of stuff we provide in there. So you want to find out, again, a lot more. Just alpha information ahead of time. Go in there, type exclusive. You go into the communities, you sign up. You can sign up for free. And if you like what you see in there, you can then sign up longer term. You can get all information in there and learn a lot more about the space and what's coming out. And then tune into the weekly live stream. We do all record the weekly live streams as well, so you can actually tune in. And if you can't tune in, you can watch it on playback. But we do live streams every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. UTC. And you can also just stay tuned into what's currently happening, the weekly updates, and also the institutional documents in there as well. So you want to find that stuff again. Links up in the description and also my homepage, warp.com/coinfactory. And yes, you can also get the added benefit of joining the no KYC, no VPN exchange, affiliate exchange, BYDFI, to get a 1 month free trial as well. So you can even get, all you have to do is deposit $100 into your account and put in your UID to that account, and you get 1 month free trial. So I get another benefit to that as well, therefore. You haven't even got to trade if you don't want to, although you can make the use of the trades in the channels, Trump over Powell, come on, man. Trump can't add up to 10. I'm not saying Trump over Powell. I'm just saying that Trump can... I'm saying that if Trump can make a convincing case, which right now there is a case to be made, you've got many, many politicians who are saying get Powell out now. There's there's a lot of pressure on him right now. And it's because he's not been doing his job, technically speaking. So there's a convincing case that Trump could make to fire him. Now, I'm not saying it's a great thing. It would definitely cause a lot of turbulence in the markets. It'd be good if we got rate cuts to see, altcoins and on-risk markets fly up higher. It might have a bit more longer-term repercussions, which is definitely a cause for concern. But he would have a case to fire him, I think. I think he's building... he's evidently building one right now. So we'll have to see. What do you think is more likely? Powell getting fired, which will cause a crash in the markets due to uncertainty, or let pump the market because it expected rate cuts? I think it will cause both. I think you'll see markets crash off the back of the news. But if Trump can administer a new chairman ASAP and they issue rate cuts almost instantly, then it would alleviate the FUD quite quickly. Just got some surveys done to buy more Casper. Hey, Andy, love the grind, but they keep going up, my man. So bullish indeed, very, very bullish. Look at Casper, man. Yeah, Casper's looking fantastic right now. It's come down a little bit, which is to be expected. But again, if it can hold above that 9.3 cents zone at the end of the day, when the candle closes, then that'll be a good sign that we're making that next move upwards. But yeah, Casper's looking like it's rocketing up right now. Next leg up is $5. That would be insane. Maybe a bit much of a drop from there, but who knows? Who knows? What's up, my man? Who's doing very, very well. And you too, Casper is pumping indeed. Looking very good right now. Let's go. Love to see it. Everyone pick up the Casper KNS domain name. I actually did. Shout out to Lau, my brother. Because I hadn't done it. And Lau decided to help me pick up one. So I now have quickcrypto.cas for the Dono wallet. So the wallet in the description right now, the Dono wallet that you haven't got to give money to. Not me saying that at all, but the Dono wallet I put in there as per requested by the community has got the domain name of quickcrypto.cas. I do plan to probably pick up another one, which I'm sure those who probably know me know what I'm thinking of picking up. And no, it's not Mr. Miles. It's not Mr. Miles, but just trying to get my other checklist done first, But yeah, no, it was rocketing right now. It looked very, very good. I think I'd argue that Breakout has confirmed, the next leg up is confirmed, but we need to see the candle close today above 9.3. But yeah, hopefully we're going to the moon very, very soon. What does the KNF domain name do? It basically just means that you can, as opposed to having to put in the whole address, you can just type in the domain name and it finds the wallet a lot easier. But yeah. Seller wouldn't have to transition much. He just sounds like a money maxi that's only been Bitcoin until Casper. Yeah, you're probably right there, honestly. But I think he would cause a bit of repercussion to Bitcoin if he did that, because he's become effectively the face for Bitcoin, which would also affect institutional holdings. But if he ended up saying if he said I'm a proof of work maxi and highlighted Bitcoin and Casper, well, Casper would rocket. And I'm just glad I have some. I would like to have more before that happens, but I'm sure that will happen in the future. But I have some to where institutions won't just take it all, I hope we will. I think we will hopefully do that this month. I would like to believe for smart contracts coming out, we can surpass 10 cents this month quite comfortably. This current move would be fantastic, but I mean, that would be what? A 15% move or so to surpass 10 cents. That's quite a big ask. I mean, it's been done in the past. We saw it happen back here. But, don't be emotional, be logical, it'll come. It will come. Ahoy, Anthony, bro, you're doing very, very well, brother. Welcome back to the streamer, man. Can you check the top wallet address? Maybe a lot of wallets load big amount of Casper. I can do. I'd be surprised. It might just be what's naturally happening right now. We've already got 533870 addresses. In terms of inflows right now, Gate got a big sum, 12.5 million to wallet 14. 3 million to this wallet down here, 2.3, almost 3 million to that wallet there. So it's a big inflow today. Equally, not as many outflows, not as sizable, so that's probably also what's causing that as well. Can Casper hit $100 in 15 years? It's such a great and tough to answer question, because it sounds, $100 Casper, right? $100 Casper, if you look at its current, in 15 years, let's just say it's reached max. I think in 15 years it would have reached max supply. Yeah, it would have done that max supply. So looking at 28.7 billion, $100 is a $2.8 trillion market cap, I believe. I believe it's a $2.8 trillion market cap. Now, we're going to see all of institutional capital, all of the world's money come on the crypto in the next few years. So in 15 years, could we see that sort of capital? You're basically asking yourself, can you see 2/3 of the total market cap of crypto today in just Casper in 15 years? Sounds like a very steep ask. Now, I cannot confirm that. The documents in the VIP do give an inkling of how much money is going to come into the space, the significance, the amount of capital coming into it, which is absolutely insane. Then you also understand that in regards to transactions or payments, you're seeing Swift kind of shift to blockchain, and Swift and the other payment providers, they're responsible for over $1 quadrillion, almost over $2 quadrillion in transactions in an incumbent old system. That's coming onto blockchain, be quicker and faster and more efficient. So even more in terms of transactions back and forth are coming on crypto. So the short answer is I don't know. Of course, nobody knows. I'm optimistic it could happen if Casper has become this world-renowned, base layer for blockchain, which is, I don't see why it couldn't right now. It's got everything it needs, and who knows what's going to be in 15 years. You might see bigger upgrades coming out in 15 years as well. Quantum resistance, whatever it may be, more to come. ETFs would be nice, but T1S should be full send. Yeah, ETFs would be bigger than ETFs. I think this tier 1s would be bigger than ETFs, in my belief, at least in the short term. Definitely. But they are definitely dragging their feet. Yeah, Mr. Mars lives. Good to have him back. Casper is going for a new low. Also cool. Good news. Has obviously not had a single effect on the price. I don't think you're looking at the same chart, Wealth Ranger. I don't think you're looking at the same chart as me at all, because that is not going down at all right now. But I mean, hey, I know you're a massive Casper hater. I'm sure you're going to continue hating Casper even when it does reach much, much higher price targets, but it is what it is. Doesn't affect me in the slightest. Literally doesn't at all. It doesn't bother me in the slightest at all. Casper 25 cents, hopefully soon enough. Casper pump, it looks like it right now. Casper appears to be the fastest too. I haven't seen any recent speed tests, but out of all the ones I saw, Casper was faster than everything else. It is. While being a proof of work, yeah, it is by far the fastest. Faster than XRP, faster than Solana, faster than Say. The closest ones to Casper were Hyperliquid and Say. And Casper still beat them by a good second or two. So, tables will be insane, no doubt, on Casper. You're welcome, brother. I'm not sure how long ago it was I answered your question, but you're welcome either way. And scalable 100 BS, exactly. Gonna be dominant past $1 for sure. I'm sure it could, again, go leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds indeed. Aspect is the end game, 100%. And definitely going to the moon. Bought my Casper during the last couple of weeks. Hey, love to hear that, QAAT. Keep going, my man. Keep stacking that bag. What's the pump during the stream too? You know what I mean? It's very nice to see a very healthy pump during the stream. I make the title saying Casper Breakout confirmed, and what a coincidence, right? Very, very fortunate in that regard. But yeah, a nice little break above there from that level of 9.3 up about 5% in total. It's currently up about 3 right now. I think you might see a bit of a pullback by the end of the day, probably come back down. But if you can finish again above this zone here, that would be a good sign. The next leg up for Casper is going to start happening. And then hopefully we'll see it continue in that fashion for the rest of the month with Bitcoin hopefully making that move, Ethereum making that move. If we get these frameworks properly passed, that would be a very big boost and tailwind for crypto as well. So looking great all around. Yeah, I know, insane stuff, honestly. Love to see that pump for Casper. 40,000 Bitcoin sent to Digital Galaxy towards Binance and Bybit out of the whales. 80,000. Wow. Damn, these old accounts, these whales are really moving some capital right now. 40,000 Bitcoin is insane. Damn. What's up, Fabian, bro? You're doing very, very well. Welcome back to the stream, my man. I think proof of work coins like Casper will be considered commodities. Oh, they are. It is a commodity. It's a form of money. It's a proof of work, fair launch. It cannot be a security. Any news on Wallet 2 right now? No, not yet. We still believe it's either a market maker like Wintermute or DWF Labs, or it's Binance. We haven't got confirmation just yet, though. We'll find out, I'm sure, in the coming years, maybe. I say years because who actually knows when the tag will come up, but we'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Contract next week 100. I mean, I don't think it's 100% smart contracts coming out next week, but it's a good possibility of such. It seems to be suggested heavily by, I think I heard from Crypto Pumps that it should be coming out on the 24th, but don't quote me on that. But I think you should be seeing it come out very, very shortly, which I'm hopeful for. Yeah, thank you very much, Lau, for that. You're absolute legend. Should I become like the Bitcoin family, except with Casper, sell all possessions and just buy Casper? You do what you need to do, brother. I don't think it's a bad shout, but of course I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. 7.2 magnitude earthquake near Alaska, tsunami active warning. Oh, please, those who are living near Alaska, please be very, very careful. I have to say, that's part of the blessing of me being in the UK, I guess. We're not near any tectonic plates, so those sort of like freak weather. I mean, we get freak weather in regards to bipolar. It'd be raining one second, then sunny next second. It's a heat wave, but we don't get earthquakes or tsunamis around here, so that's a bit of a blessing. But yeah, 7.2 is massive. Please, please, those who are out there, please be careful. My thoughts and prayers go out to those who are, holding it down right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what he said about Ski in regards to preparing Bitcoin to Casper is totally wrong. I was meaning to mention it to him yesterday. I wanted to see what the family thought of this guy. Speed. Oh, Speed. I mean, yeah, I think he is. I think the overall message here is good. I think there's probably some parts he's probably slightly misinformed about. And it's only due to a maybe lack of understanding. He's trying to learn more about Casper, I'm sure. But ultimately, seeing more maximalists of Bitcoin are starting to thinking critically about what Casper actually is an asset is good to see. But I do think, yeah, it was, I think, yeah, Casper Speed, to pair in Bitcoin, I think it's more so that Casper Speed could let it overtake Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will have to jump on Casper to kind of be, relevant, And yes, LB, you're right. Hit the like button for bro, I mean, right now we're at 49 likes, absolutely insane stuff. So shout out to all of you who have liked the stream. And yeah, hopefully we can reach 60 or 70 this stream. That'd be also insane, although I'm about to wrap up very shortly. Yeah, XRP did do a massive, massive rally as well, but that was off the back of a lot of suppression and a lawsuit, which did kind of get resolved. So also a very freak, unique scenario for XRP in that regard, seeing that massive rally from down here to up there. But I mean, who knows? I mean, it's also possible. Also very possible to see Casper do a very, very big rally. Yeah, your point is right, LB. Things can happen very, very quickly. An asset can rally from 25 bill to 125 billion market cap in literally a month. Things can happen very quickly in this space, you know. We're at 37% on Google Trends for all crypto, still a long way to go. Imagine FOMO coming to Casper. It will come, no doubt. Casper will pump, but I think it'll be more like Bitcoin, where it's a bottom during the bear season. Will be considered to be higher than 8 cents. Oh yeah, I think Casper's bottom is going to be a lot higher than people expect. People are saying down to 5 cents or whatever. I'm like, I mean, let's just say for argumentative sake that Casper reaches 20 cents, to $2. Will Casper come back down to 20 cents? I don't know. I really don't know. Based on what they're building, the adoption coming through, and again that document I just covered and showed on stream right now from the VIPs, I really don't know, because a lot of stuff is coming to the space in the next 2 years, and that's just one of many docs I have in there that's proof what's coming to the space in the next 2 years. So I really don't know. Early investor on Casper is the next millionaire. 100%. 100% in my belief. Bitcoin Max is coming. Don't forget about Wall Street bets. Oh yeah, I mean, Wall Street also know of Casper as well. It's literally like, if Bitcoin was Infinity War, Casper's the end game. Literally. You know, since it's Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, that is absolutely insane. I have inevitable. 100%. And then, you know, oh no, and then Michael Sun is I'm Iron Man and snaps his fingers to help push us further. He had to sacrifice Shah like he was Gamora. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, that is insane. What's up, Bees, bro? You're doing very, very well. Welcome back to the channel, my man. Casper's sharding as always. That's interesting, but sure. It's been a while. Hope it was well. Yeah, it has been a long time, Bees. Good to have you back, my man. Yeah, it's been great for me. And I'm sure people here are also enjoying the nice pump right now. Hopefully we'll see a lot more coming through very soon. Yeah, breaking nice sense was a very, very nice surprise this stream, happening mid-stream as well. Maybe I should just stay in bed from now on. Yeah, maybe you should crypto ignore me. What's causing the pump? I think partly supply shock, partly Bitcoin Max is getting more involved in Casper now. The bills being passed as well. I think those are the three main reasons for the Casper pump right now. And also it's just really time. You know, the buyers have been trying to push Casper above 9 cents for the last 4, 5, 6 days. So I like the Miles logo on the watch. Oh yeah, he's been about for a while. You know, he's had the logo since day. You know, so yeah, respect that definitely. Sailor is number 2. That's also, who knows? Maybe number 2 is not a market maker or binary. Maybe it's actually Michael Saylor. That would be a surprise and a half. That would be an early Christmas present, wouldn't it be? But that being said, though, that will be for today's Casper Crypto live stream. I have to wake up in 5 hours to send my parents or drive my parents to the airport. I am so tired, but I've got more work to do. But hey, I'm welcoming it. Ethereum pushing past 333. Yeah, that is also huge as well. It's really making that push right now, which is fantastic stuff. Good evening, Don Carlos, bro. You're tuning in just at the end of the stream, but hopefully you enjoyed watching it on playback as well. We covered a lot of important stuff in this stream as well. So, you know, fantastic stuff indeed. But that being said, yes, if you enjoyed the stream, as always, leave a like. We're at 56. If we can make 70 likes or even just 60 likes, that'd be absolutely insane. Leave a like, share your friends, subscribe for more. If you want to know about crypto and Casper and other market segments, check out the free server. Link down below in the description on my homepage here as well. And equally more in-depth info in the VIP 7-day free trial. You can check it all out for free for a week or even for a month if you sign up to the affiliate link with BYDFI, where they're currently doing incentive campaigns for 10k in Bitcoin bonus. Or equally, you could get a $2,000 bonus when trading as well for the next week or so. All that stuff again is available on the Discord server. Check that out. Have a great day, good evening, good night. I like your live stream, but your charts make me cringe. Yeah, I'm not a TA guy. I'm not a big TA guy, but the charts work. So if you want to find more accurate charts, and in the VIP with C Crypto, our experienced trader, his charts are a lot more accurate and a lot more in depth. So that will give you a bit more peace of mind. With that being said, have a great day, good evening, good night, people, my family, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care now, people.